Good morning, students. Good morning to all. And last day we have studied about the joint stock company and the characteristics of a joint stock company also. Just 5 or 6 points we have studied already, no? So today also just we will remind about the joint stock company and the characteristics of a joint stock company. And after that we will go to the next concept. A joint stock company is an artificial person created by a law having a separate entity with a perpetual succession and a common seal. If any of the company has the separate entity with a perpetual succession and a common seal, and it is considered as a artificial persons, it may be considered as a joint stock company. Okay, so the joint stock company is an artificial persons created by a law, and here no separate persons are having any of the managerial eligibilities. Okay, the company have the separate name, and on the basis of or on the name itself, so all the company activities will be moving on, right? Next, the characteristics of a company. First one is the separate legal entity. So even in this partnership organization or the Hindu undivided family and some of the partnership organization also, the legal entities are there. But here also the legal entity is there, but the legal entity is a separate one. So under incorporation, a company becomes a separate legal entity as compared to its members. So when we are comparing to that members, so the company also has the separate legal entity. So we cannot comparing, we can't equalize the legal entity of their members and the name of company also. So the company is distinct and different from its members. So the members always may be change or may not change, but it will not be affect the company. Okay, so the company name always is a peculiar one. It has its own seal and its own name. Its assets and liabilities are separate and distinct from those of its members. So even if there is less or more members, so the company has its own seal by the way of their name. For example, if the Tata Consulting or the Tata groups of the companies as one of the common seal and the common names, and all its assets and liabilities are separate from their members. So it is capable of owning property, incurring debt and borrowing money, employing people, having a bank account, entering into a contract and suing and being sued separately. If the company want to purchase any of the commodities and some of the properties, some of the assets, so the company name itself, it has been purchased and do it. Next, limited liability. The liability of the members of the company is limited to contribution to the assets of the company up to the face value of shares held by him. If any company is there, mean the company will always issue the shares. So those who want to buy that share, they can buy. And because of by purchasing that shares, these persons automatically become as a shareholders. And the shareholders always has the limited liability. If any problem is arised in this company, so the shareholders, all the shareholders will not need to having the liabilities. Okay, so the liabilities always will be the equalize, there will be the face value of the shares only. A member is liable to pay only the uncalled money due on shares held by him. So some of the persons are purchasing the shares from the company, and because of that the persons has to pay. Suppose if he is not paid for the shares, it is called uncalled money shares. So on the basis of uncalled money shares only, the limited liabilities will be there. So if the assets of company are sufficient to pay liabilities, the personal properties of the shareholders are not held responsible. So the board of directors only may be the responsible persons. Next, perpetual succession. A company does not cease to exist unless it is specifically wound up or the task for which it was formed has been completed. Suppose if the joint stock company is created for completing any of the task, if it is over, it may come to the end. Otherwise, the company does not cease to any way. The membership of a company may keep on changing from time to time, but that does not affect the life of the company. So the members always will be changed, and the new members will come and the existing members may go. But even though the company will not be affected by this. A company is created by law and it can be winding up only through legal process. If the companies are doing any of the fraudulent activities, or if the companies want to winding up only by the court only, is mostly possible. Next is separate property. A company is distinct legal entity. A member cannot claim to be owner of the company's property during the existence of the company. So even if there is more members under the board of directors and the managers and more authority persons, the company names on the company name only, so they can't purchase any of the assets and properties. Next, transferability of shares. So in this joint stock company, if any of the persons want to transferring their shares from one person to another person, it is very easy. There is no limitations and any rules and regulations. Normally the company is issuing the shares, and whenever the share is issued, some of the persons will be purchase it. And if it is no need, if the persons thinking the shares is no need or the value of the share is decreasing, and if he is reducing their interest to purchasing the shares, means they can sharing the shares as transferring the shares from one person to another one of the persons. Next, common seal. So the common seal is one of the character of the joint stock company. So whatever we want to do, or we want to expose the news related to the company, the common seal must be mentioned in the news. And if we want to purchase any of the shares issued by any of the joint stock company, the common seal must be mentioned. So instead of making the signature of any agreement, the common seal only is enough. It is equivalent to authority signature. Next, capacity to sue on being sued. In this joint stock company, any of the problem arises, so the third persons also can make the sue against the company. Like that, the company also can have the right to make the sue on the third parties and otherwise its member itself. Next is separate management. A company is administered and managed by its managerial personnel, that is the board of directors. The shareholders are simply the holders of the shares in the company and need not necessarily the managers of the company. So the shareholders are voted by the board of directors are selected by the voting system of the shareholders. But the shareholders cannot able to make the board of directors. For that, so many of the rules are there. Next, one share, one vote. The principle of voting in a company is one share, one vote. If a person has 10 shares, he has 10 votes in the company. This is in direct distinction to the voting principle of a cooperative society. In the cooperative society, if you want to select any of the board of directors, all the members will be selected by the voting system. But in this cooperative organization, the cooperative society, the every member has one vote, even if he has many shares. But in the joint stock company, if the shareholders has the power to having the votes on the basis of the level of or the amount of or the number of shares. For example, if any of the shareholders has 10 or 100 shares, he has the 100 votes. Okay students, then today we will go to the advantages of a company. So what are the advantages are there in the joint stock company mean? First one is the large capital. In a joint stock company, a company can secure large capital compared to a sole trader or a partnership. In the sole trading organization, the sole trader only has to make all the capital. And even in the partnership organizations, some of the persons can collect some amount of the money, but it is not useful to extend their organizations like a large scale organization. But large amount of capital is necessary for conducting business on a large scale. For example, Reliance has invested more than 25,000 crores in its telecom venture. Raising such huge amount of funds would be utter impossible in a sole tradership and the partnership organizations. Okay, so on the way of joint stock company only, so we can gathering the 25,000 crores. Next, limited liability. So the liability of a shareholder is limited. In the case of a company limited by guarantee, his liability is restricted to the amount that he has guaranteed to contribute in the event of winding up of company. In these joint stock companies, when we are making the agreement, if any of the limited or any of the restriction has been mentioned, only some of the persons has to take some liabilities, otherwise he has no need to taking the more responsibilities. On the basis of their number of shares or the face value of the shares, how much they hold by him. Next, transferability of shares. The transaction of shares between two individuals is easy. So there is liquidity of investment. Any shareholders can easily convert his shares into money by selling his shares. In the joint stock company is always issuing the shares, and the shares also purchased by many peoples, and always he is reselling the shares to another persons. So how can we reselling that shares mean easily by transferring the shares from one person to another of the person is easy. And not only that, if the persons want to change the shares, converting the shares in the form of money, that is also easy. So many of the peoples want to purchasing the shares of joint stock company. Next, perpetual succession. A company has perpetual or continuous existence. The members may go or new members may come, but the company continues to exist because the companies are conducting by the board of directors and it will not winding up due to the low capital because many shareholders or many members are there, or whenever the value of share has been increased on the basis of increasing the shareholders, so the members and the shareholders will be increased, and even if the death of the members or the shareholders, the company will not come to an end. The continuity of the companies always will be existence. So this ensures continuity in operations and the company can undertake long-term investment. So because of that, all the peoples may have interest to investing on their shares. Next, promotion of saving and investment habit. How joint stock company will promote the savings and investment habit mean? So joint stock company system encourages people to save and investment on the shares. So even small amount can be used for the purchase of shares. So instead of purchasing the gold, if we invest some amount on the shares of gold, it is very better. So whenever the price level of the gold is increased, the value of the shares on gold also will be increased. So the people, even the poor people also will have the interest to having the shares or purchasing the shares. Okay, so if they want to purchasing some amount of the shares, he has some amount of money in his savings. Okay, so joint stock companies always promote the savings and investment habit. A person can buy even one share of a company. It will be useful to the single persons or the poor people also. Next, risk bearing capacity. The loss of the company is distributed over a large number of shareholders. Now, for example, the 1,000 or crores shareholders may be there in any of the joint stock company, and one shareholder maybe purchase more shares on more companies. So each shareholder bears a very little amount of loss. Hence the company form of organization has risk bearing capacity. So normally in the sole trading organizations or the partnership organizations, some number of people only will be there. If any of the problems are there, so all the members has to take the more responsibility. But here not like that. Even some of the people has the limited liabilities, that limited responsibilities also will be distributed to the large number of shareholders. So the liabilities always very little bit only there. So all the members can get the risk bearing capacity from the company. Next, economics of large scale operations. A joint stock company can undertake a business on large scale. As a result, it can derive all the advantages of large scale production. So in this large scale production, what are the advantages also will be arised? The population, the employment facilities also will be increased, and the production level, the productivities level will be increased, and we can produce any of the commodities with the low price of or low cost of price. For example, the Hero Motor Corporation Limited 2015, the world's largest seller of the two-wheelers, manufacture motorbikes on a large scale, and it is able to enjoy cost efficiency. When we have more capital, we can extend our business organizations, we can purchase many capital goods and many machineries. So we can increasing our production level by the way of framing a large scale industries. Okay, so the joint stock company only can able to extend their organizations as a large scale unit. Next, economic development. The joint stock company system has been responsible for the rapid growth of industries and trade in many countries, because the joint stock company only can able to produce more and providing more employment opportunity and have the monopolistic power for pricing any of the commodity, and many of the skillful persons and specialized persons will get the job opportunity, and their talent and skills also will be used in this giant stock company. So the living standard of the people always automatically will be increased when you are working in the giant stock company and the existence of the giant stock company. Since giant stock company have large financial resources, they are able to undertake large scale production, satisfy the needs of more number of consumers, create large scale employment opportunities, promote balanced regional development, and contribute substantially to the government by way of taxes. So, by existing of the joint stock company, the government also will earning some amount of money in the form of taxes. So, the one joint stock company can creating different type of the taxes. So, the production tax and the sales tax, income tax, and different type of the tax is created only by the joint stock company. So what are the advantages are there? Mean the 8 advantages are there. First, large capital. Because of the large capital, he can able to start the joint stock company, and by the way of joint stock company only we can gathering the large capital. Next, limited liabilities. The shares amount on the liability is going to distributed to all the shareholders. So all the shareholders need not worry about the risk of losses. Next, transfer